A projectile is fired at an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal. Elevation angle of the projectile at its highest point as seen from the point of projection is. So basically what been given here is, say this is the ground. An object is projected from A, say with respect to the ground as 45 degree, right? So how will the object move? Say the object will move in a projectile motion. It will reach the maximum height P. It will then reach to ground at C. We know, let us, if this point is T, we know that this complete horizontal distance traveled is what we call as R, which is the range, and this much is the maximum height H. And if we draw a parallel line here to the maximum height, and the line joining the point and the maximum height, in which case this angle is what we call as the angle of elevation, or which is equal to this angle, which is the angle of elevation. So from the figure, we can say that tan E is equal to BD by AD, which is equal to H by AD, we know is R by 2, right? So we H by R by 2. Now, at 45 degrees, what is the relationship between H and R? At 45 degree, 4H is equal to R. So we can say that this will be equal to H by, instead of R, now I can write it as 4H by 2. So this will further be equal to H by 2H. So H and H will cancel, we get 1 by 2. So if tan E is equal to 1 by 2, what is E is equal to? E will be tan inverse 1 by 2. Therefore the correct option is option C. What is H is equal to? H we know is U square sine square theta by 2g. And what is R is equal to? R is U square sine 2 theta by g. Now what is theta? Theta is the, what is theta? Theta is the angle of projection, which is given us to be here as 45. In which case, what is H is equal to? H is U square sine square 45 the whole upon 2g, and R is equal to U square sine 2 into theta. 245 is 90 the whole upon g. So if you divide H by R, what do you get? U square sine square 45. What is sine 45? Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. So what is sine square 45? It is 1 by root 2 the whole square, that is 1 by 2. So this can be written as U square by 4g, because 1 by root 2 the whole square into 1 by 2. 1 by 2 the whole square is 2. 2 into 2 is 4. So we have U square by 4g. Let us write H is equal to U square by 4g. And what is R is equal to? Sine 90 is 1. So we get this as U square by g. Now what is H by R is equal to? H by R will be equal to U square by 4g into g by U square, which is equal to U square, and by U square is 1, g by g is 1. So what we get is 1 by 4. So that is how we get 4H is equal to R. So I think that part is also clear. Now what some students may feel, or what may be eager to know, is how is AD equal to R by 2? So let us take a brief look into that part also, because that will complete almost every doubt from this corner. So say, okay, let me get these things out from the board now. Okay, so now if you have to say that AC is R and AD is R by 2, how does this happen? Let us see. See, when you project a body in a projectile, okay, that would be wrong to say. When you project a body at an angle theta with velocity u, it can be resolved into two different components. One is x component ux and other is the y component uy, right? So throughout the motion, there will be horizontal acceleration and vertical acceleration as well. Okay. Now, what is horizontal acceleration here? Horizontal acceleration is 0 and vertical acceleration throughout the motion will be minus t. So there is only one acceleration, one component of acceleration acting, which is the vertical acceleration. So on the basis of this, if you write the third equation of motion, what do we get? Sx is equal to ux into t plus half ax into t square, right? Now, is there any ax component here? No, because ax is equal to 0. So what do we have here? We have that Sx is equal to ux into t. Now, if we assume Ta to be the time of ascent, and if we assume capital T to be the time of flight, Ta to be the time of ascent. Now, what does it mean? It means the time taken by the body to reach B from A. What is time of flight? It is the time taken by the body to reach C from A, which means time taken to cover A to B and then B to C. So, what is Sx corresponding to Ta? Let us see. Time of ascent is this time taken to reach A to B. What is Sx? The horizontal displacement in that time. So when we say horizontal displacement when it has reached B, the corresponding position is D, and therefore the horizontal displacement is the final position minus the initial position, which is AD. Therefore, Sx at time of ascent is equal to AD. Similarly, when we say time of flight, it means the entire motion from A to C. So when at A to C, this is the final position, initial position A, and the final position is C, and therefore what will be the final displacement? Final position minus initial position, which is C, right? So the time of flight distance, horizontal displacement during the time of flight is Sx would be equal to AC. So now let us write down these two equations again. So Xx at t is equal to A will be equal to ux into Ta, and Sx at t is equal to capital T will be equal to ux into capital T, right? So now you may ask me, won't ux vary? See, ux won't vary. Why? Because ux is equal to ux is a constant. Why is ux constant? Because the horizontal acceleration is 0 throughout. So now if you divide these two equations, what do you get? What you get is interesting. Why? Sx at t is equal to A, the whole upon Sx at t is equal to t is equal to Ta by t. Now what is Sx at t is equal to A? It is, we written it as AD. So we have AD by, what is Sx at t is equal to t? It is AC is equal to Ta by, what is time of flight? Otherwise, time of flight is basically, we know that it is 2 times time of ascent. So this becomes 1 by 2. So in short, what we get is AD is equal to half into AC. Now from the figure, right, we know that AC is R. So if we substitute AD is equal to half AC, if we bring AC here, instead of AC we can write it as R. So what we write here is AD is R by 2, right? So AD is R by 2, and that is how we write AD here as R by 2. So now again a question comes up, how is time of flight is equal to 2 times time of ascent? let us discuss it maybe somewhere another problem when the same concept regarding time of flight comes up.